the nature of the mind, reality of the mind. And to maintain the nature itself, or to take the hold itself, and then we cannot do altered or change kind of the somethings. Here is this sentences, first sentences, they introduced the basic simplicity of the not great perfection is like this. And that is how we can to recognize how this means in the present awareness, present cognizer, present your consciousness. Present cognizer is more easy to understand because it's like cognizer, cognization or it's kind of the understander. That means it's like clearly in the present moment when you think, oh, I'm suffering, or I'm happy, or I don't want, or yes, I'm hesitated, I have doubt, I have something. This kind of the vivid receiver, like kind of the alternately the jumble, or like kind of the receiver, that is the present awareness. Of course, this is like kind of the nice name also, present awareness. Awareness is like to aware everything. I can to see like this, to aware, and then to follow up, and then create more kind of the conceptuals. And normally, this kind of the present non-conceptual cognizer, you can to say. And this one is, if we are to maintain kind of, here is the sentences as left as it is. That means it's self-centered. And then it's like you're not altered, not changing. That's the best meditation also. And on this meditate, then it's a kind of, you are not altered because you are like kind of something to collect, or like kind of the remove, or something is like kind of these things. Good quality you collect, not good quality, negative things remove, or like kind of the reject, the adopt this kind of activities, kind of the free. And that moment, more mind is become the penetrate, lucidity, and then it's that is like it's to see the real simplicity of the mind. And if you are maintained, that is the experience, is the unit view and meditation. That is very important. In Tibet we say tagam song the news. Tawa tingon te hyong sat gamba se te mato. Te los chero gamba yogmari. Tati taba se on ronke tati to ronke hipa titola pati yoyona. Te la tuyer konyo me chi yoyona te yoyon te gamre de mato. Te mayan pati gamchi zanyan yol maris. Gamte matsa te tazodi taba to gamba ni song news. I'm just says like when you are maintain this present awareness to left at it is, that is the meditation. Therefore, you choose to say the united view and the meditations. Then is the next the verse. Gamba hichon tura mahina something ladondrava sompina topo dingse torto zonwaji mini senza nishi something chi nika nyamongo nonjer jonse datinga jerejudo tombo gamba hichon tura mahina something ladondrava sompina somji tit mi jizuna holokin gam solide gam gesore gam ye hisore te na jire jido ji 5 지 현니 감제지가 탑 드라마 나소 요레리 단다 그 탑드라마 나소라 현니 생지지든다 현니 셈메시즈 단데다 현니 생지 셈메지나 고도 무고 함히데 베나 현니 생지지나 예겔 감제 건달 감제 베나 드라마지라 상로토나 니 드라마 제세 드라마티 콘도 종흥거 까봉거 단다가 혈른던디 송거 혀연발던거 이발던거 고줄던다가 나젠 단다가 단디 조상로토나 달란 생지세지데 제르저도 셈마 체인지 지푸날 지 빠르진다지 종이야 티골 상로토인지 달라 현닌 생지세 딜라테 드라마다 지라 상로토인데 teni tala chomba samlo tong na to yen ji mayon na tela teni na to mi nyor roje ji sensu jesa zo yadam ko la to so la gamja senchi gamja dina yeram dina yo chogul ten senchi ko la teni zo gamja na la ti tu ji hyang la don ji rong tela ze ji ni yong de ze ji tela teni sen yo mi ti chi nyam na to te go nanto godo kita nyam tene cereze nanto te nyon do tene non ko ronjon zo fa chim sang ni lute su sa yong jinda tene zo tada choma sanchi sejite cham la gam chengare ka chwenmen da gam un khahi ka yin jinda ado hon da gam khahi ka cereze to hiram jachim bozo do jo pen na hyan ju chojing da yung mana chere zodo chi laman nanjur gana go tanda yung chere herum du zoga ka chi go dorje samba ko chi chomba la chere zodo la jasho mumbo tikon ndu de yo rija richi kon sudun la chi chomba gana chagan du de yo mo tandi zo yung la chembo chong chembo le jer chembo chong tandi zo tingzeng ka za zi yung za gam jan de yo hinin chanchi se chogo chanchi se 셈마동 기바스 단 셈믹 난조바 셈 힘닌 셈메 세지데 다탄디 노야지 다티 히반들 rumba 푸팔 파 야데 체본 털 무추 쭈모가 여르모요 드나 라세 감지메 인드세 감지메 최면에 저 여지 마차 똥송에 와 똥녀 그던세 디노라 감잖아 드든 셈마세 천지도 지 감제 온지 메드틀란 셈메세 센치든 셈메세 단데지 감제 요레지스 대도 토마 감제 용나고 다티 털 미빠나 벤줄레 벤 틴다틴 디 감군다틴 포나 포사고 벤드나티 생 포고스 생 포요나 센티 드로고 고르라 생그 토크테 센티 마트로나 감테 지르지도 리고 또 저도 전에 생각 토로 조르지때 제디 먹게고 나도 제디 먹게고 나도 제치 했던 요지가 도셔 해던 또 남도지 대코로 조르고 소리래 마도 텐다 신닌 생지던 생맥 감데 요카치도 또 로몬보질 감 두카치도 다 제레세 천치나 조르 세지때 감 실레래 gam hinin senchi don semi cho gam gana gam hilerite ta nam to tse ona torwate machina che something hadon dava sombina se samsam gambak gam gen de kan tosok senchin semi te gam senchin danda je senchin semi che gam ja yona hinni tela tani yanten ji onjo yanten kari ji jor se na ji tab demo ki 대냥 신념 침보 제우죠. 지 초파시에 늦은다지. 용산념 시우들 콤바션으로 드선 당아지 똑노스 상서. 지 남도 매음지래오죠. 던다는데 시는 드니티 something 그 감티 양모 폰데 던데를 다 드듯이 롱 초산는데 시가 그 치고도 노컴 zukham zumik kham hezi gamla tanin khorwala hezi jozon dwa ton jozon dode something la se jozon da jinna gamla hi taron tim se something non la tserin bo se karwa mumbol ni no tozo na gam jeni zobadu something glado hyoa to tremol hiendo yolera tozo drama dror se the hako golis drora machina sombina tani something hlandana regrata ndi capsula drora the hako golis drora ke drogrijina that namto drogo same drona namto drona same drona this I'm just reading next True Lion, okay? True Lion. Now, to know how to meditate, but not how to liberate, as is akin to the concentration of the divine, it is said. The actings here is akin. Akin is like kind of the similarity, relative, and like this. Here is the most important, someone knows very well about the meditations here. How to meditate. And meditation is like kind of the, with characteristics meditations, without characteristic meditations here. And in Tibetan, Tejin Temese, characteristic meditation without characteristic meditations. The meditation of the characteristics, you put kind of the object. You just say the focal object, like kind of the maybe you are meditate on the deities. For instance, like a Tara. Maybe when you are keep in mind or the visualize Tara, and Tara's color, and which kind of ornament, which kind of the color, what is the left hand, right hand, all this kind of detail. You concentrated on it. And this is a kind of the special methods in order to make the calm mind or left as it is. And through this, slowly, mind is like kind of the come down from the like kind of the turmoil mind, like kind of the busy mind. And this is like kind of the why we are practice like meditate characteristic, which is the yoga of the deities. And maybe it's the blessing of the deities and the strength of the meditations, and then it's like you can to kind of reducing your discursive thoughts, and then it's when you're like kind of the discursive thoughts is like kind of the more calm or the like the diminish, and then its mind is become more clearly, then inner natural great perfection mind to become the clearly. And that is the same as the without characteristics. Of course, without characteristics, it's like kind of the mind is maintained in the self-centered, nothing kind of the focal object. And that is like kind of the without characteristics. Through this, to mind make the calm, and then it maybe shine out the natural great perfections. This is just to take examples. And the moon, in order to reflect on the water itself maybe is shaking, or like the straight, or how do you say, stirred, like kind of how do you say in English? Stirring, or it is like to be merged. Then you can't to see in the really the shape of the moon. And like this, at the moment, our mind, inside there is the inconceivable, not great perfection mind of the moon, but it's not clearly to see, because it's like present our mind is muddy or like kind of the shaking water mind. And because of we have 84,000 the discursive thoughts, like through all the different disturbing emotions. And therefore, and then here is like kind of through the meditation, but not how to liberation. If Azam says, your meditation is fantastic, you have to meditate about the characteristics without characteristics. And this one is like, if you do not know about the crucial point is the liberation. If you do not understand liberation, sometimes it is like kind of the meditation is acting to the concentration of the divine. Because sometimes through the meditations, it can make the rebirth to the different divines. Divine, it is like sometimes through the meditations, maybe it's like your meditations quite very well. Mind is calm, through the like characteristic without characteristics. And maybe you have like kind of different qualities. We know bliss, clarity, absence of the thoughts. And then maybe each this kind of quality is to occur. When you are bliss, like during the meditations, maybe you meditate 24 hours. Body, mind is never be tired. So comfortable, happy, bliss. You can remain like this. But that moment, maybe may you think, maybe I'm a Buddha now. And I realize that something. I have this. It is not good sign. And also sometimes you meditate good, maybe good occur can. Lucidity means you can to see through the world. You can to hear the maybe miles. And also you can to talk to the elite, but this is your delusion. And you have this kind of movement, mind is occurring. Maybe may you think, oh, now I'm enlightened. No. And sometimes also it's like you have kind of the absence of the thoughts, means it's even you are searching something, discursive thoughts. And like kind of the calm mind, maybe you are with characteristics, you focus on the Jasa Dharmatara and nothing moves, only there is hours you can to meditate. And also it's like without characteristic emptiness, hours, like even you are searching, maybe now my discursive thoughts is gone. Maybe then through this, be careful. This kind of, if you do not understand the key point of the liberations, then maybe this kind of meditations make the rebirth of the manas, bear, and this divine. Divine, it is actually in this true kind of the experience, three kind of the experience. If you have clinging, attach, a little bit more kind of the holding like this, can make the rebirth desire ranamas, formless ranamas. Particularly here is the divine, it is in the form ranamas, in the fourth level of there is a specific long life God. We call the divine. 80 eons just like kind of the living in the mental state. And this kind of looks like unconsciousness, like kind of the like a drunk. This kind of sometimes. Therefore, meditation, if you know it is a crucial key point, it is very important, is the liberation. That is the like kind of the advice. And when you are like kind of to maintain the present awareness, and also this present awareness, you left as it is to shelter itself. And that time is at the kind of the liberation key point, there is the nisi kind of the source. Then is the next ones. Then Jimate, take it the Royans of Hachim Nilute. 롱전 조파침보 코르크 생고 모보는데 tat konda hyupanoya rombap dati shipper seld dati shipper rombak ngola pha yaw te yaw se te chiri jodo chi gam jetser chiri gam je ji choma la yaw se chenjure sen ni taphi ji yaw se kare yena chiri jodo sem konola gam je yond tana kandi thola yaw na laga nanjol zu laga gambya titol yana da tombanyak zo tombanyak titol yana da hije ko tol yana da tepa ko tol yana da tamse ko tol yana da ji yok something yakwa ji la tndi zu ji tan yon na yo yakwa te la tan yon go yo le something yakwa hi on so le te la te zu do ne cheshun da te som ne te torwa te hi go yo le 다 임파트 토프 딩치 조르토 존마지 머니 센즈 니 퍼센텐지 니가 녀문고 논저 조론로 토프 네소 마히나 젠동체지 토프 두로 동세지 토프 딩치 조르토 존마지 머니 센즈 니 something지 토프 딩체지 조르토 존마지 토프 딩치 제 탐제레지도 rombap korong dati hip rombap ko thotana ji ya yongdu machu mayirpa ti thola ji ya ti thol ji ya yongdu tanala ti thol ya yongdu tanala jere jodo tukhur niluk ngomandanda te redole de to ji ya yongdu tanala tani ji tanala jere jodo ji gande yenna ji 가리세 그러고 코르그 연lum나다테 모시운데 롬바티 톨라 야나 롬바티 톨라 모시지데 간데제지나 뽕샤도 롱샤 제데도 션동 양땡 공요 메바지나 션연 접사 뽕롱 린디 버 세첸지 예시 요지테 롬바티 공와 야용데 tnala 티토 티게 수지제 요나세가 때 니제나 티캅슬라 제르지도 다 게므게 참체 리조르데요레 티캅스 코루 rum바 그로네 그토리 야가나 제르지도 션 피살 고고만두 조르도레 연텐수 드고만두 조르도레 제르지도 션동 연텐니가 뽕롱 티 샤바도 셰포 공용 말레 야힐이 조르차레레 tozo ti jorto jorsonzo ko ding to ti to tenala to zonje tela ta garchen no ko yongchen ne cheshu te ngachak pe ne chi thu ngomandanda te ndongo ngomandanda te chi nur ngomanda chi nur se de chi se te tanga ka chi nur ngomanda ngap chi thu te dizna chi thu se ti chi nur ngomandanda te to po ding jorto zomba chi se te Mato Jessica's money sends a niche something to say the send the kids to money young chan, mean chan, pincho, deep not on the mount, not the son tati son loton do you go tinanto te da soma su kids to ti mepa zozitic senzanka tashi mombo jewelry send nip tap goods is in under then is the senzanka tashi mombo tandala ki tani nika tsangla ni pacha something ni pacha chi yo le sensan raman hasola tani something ti sambo temba somewhat semte mi tembo nanda chi do ko nyomo nanda chi ni sha ti yong rete yanna yo drwa drto sejte drwa te mena yo chi nika tang nyomo bongo chi nole chi nyomo ba mehye ti sambo temba yo sensan nisha ka samba tembo yongje teki jere jodo tan semni muren gren yuden muren trendum ta mi jinja linda jinjang do teni jere takni kap tangla nyom ba mobo jin do sha hedon tum mehye ji zon le rete yenna yo runcho to ne son machinas ronchar runcho se tatin ola jere jodo mobo yongs grete runcho to ne chiti ngama Jorto sejti ti top ne kson danda te Nengang Mamanda, the Mahi Yoga Kachigodo, Tenichire to the Jen Zombo, Nemba, Docho, Yedon, Temuko, Nanto Kandi, in Tete on the Tanala, Tenichire to the Toro, just a tongue, Ning, Johnny, Hivani, Mumbola, Taro Sangon, the Posha, the Yoju, Teniot Don, Gumtig. Be macho chonda lo tudan danjela gam jan song de lo jeg chi de song super on the ngaja chair song de dojo chair song de hedon chair song de yomna da tanda rindo yon tesu yole to zo de runro to ne song ma hi yagana gam te dig mang de song len sang song da jingos now next the sentences. There is like kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences. And so it is the crucial that you have full confidence in liberation. The concentration that comes and still on an active mind might temporarily suppress the mental afflictions, but unless you know the secret key that is the self-liberation, circumstances will still tag old malady of thoughts. And here is most important is self-liberation. And you know very well how to meditate. Fantastic. But more crucial point, key point, it is the self-liberations. And here is so it is crucial that you have full confidence in liberation. Last time is Masha, we are kind of discussed on these sentences a lot. She mentioned to me many times, she said, I don't like these translations. I said, you cannot correct because it's for me it's difficult to see if there's something mistake, but she translated this one sentence is quite very fantastic, but also maybe another lots of us you should to think, okay? And then it's like this one is the have fully confidence on the realization. Tukpa is realization. It is not a kind of the conceptual thoughts. And fully confidence on the liberations in the realizations. And also it's like kind of to hold in the liberation. That is the crucial point. But here is the mainly translation. I think I would to say. And so it is the crucial that you have. It is to at the beginning introduced the simplicity, natural ground, the natural great perfections. It is self-centered or left as it is. And that is the more kind of the crucial point. When it is saying like this, on itself, the essence itself, simplicity, perspective of that, there's no existence of the added remove, accept, reject things. And then is the present awareness. You establish self itself. And there is the automatically liberation. You need to have fully confidence on these liberations or in this liberation. And therefore, is total zonwachik. I think it is the confidence in to catch praise, like in Tibet is zong means embrace, holding, and this means it's in liberations. And otherwise, there is a different meditations, you say. Calm meditation, still meditations, like a kind of the concentration meditations. Your mind is kind of calm from the active mind. Active mind is concentrated on the different meditations, and maybe your mind is while calm and still, and might temporarily suppress, means kind of the, you can mental affliction is suppress, or suppress the mental affliction, which is the desire attachment, aggressive, anger, so on. But if you do not understand, unless you know the secret key, that is the self-liberation. Some is the circumstances arrive, both circumstances, positive circumstances, negative circumstances. Positive circumstances also make problems in order to maintain your natural great perfection mind. And also positive circumstances. For instance, of course, negative circumstances make mind sorrow, difficult to maintain, difficult to see the natural great perfections. And emotional is the coming, anger, hatred, so on. And also positive circumstances arrive, also make problems. Maybe you achieve, you become the rich, you become the like kind of the handsome, beautiful, successful something. And then it's like kind of emotional, arrogant, proud, and also desire, attachment, clinging, craving. This sort of, then difficult to meditate on the natural great perfection mind. And therefore, circumstances, well, still, trigger, or maybe triggers, and kind of the, to make the conditions, like a kind of the poisons. When you receive poison, receive from the water rat. Have you heard water rat? In India, I think also we have, also even Dharma City we have. But do they have poison or not? But in the winter times they bat you, they give you poison, but it is not trigger. But these poisons need sound of the dragging, tendon sound. In the summer, tendon is started, then is the poison is trigger, like kind of the reactions. And like this, you're like kind of the some meditations, you understand your also meditations very well, and you kind of the compress, or here is like kind of the suppress, while your this mental affliction, but some circumstances is arised, and then is the trigger, the like old sickness of the disturbing emotions, and therefore very very important is to have self-liberation. And then maybe we can do, oh, time is over? Huh? Okay, not. Normally it's like this, yes? Would you like to stop or we continue? No, no, no. Kian don't test it to duro dons. Tam ndi kabla karni chishu chite kare yoleres zontile. Gam jab de nago runtro ne de higogres. Man den de nago runtro ne de higogres. Runtro sejte ronjon zofa chembo runtro galere matos. Runtro sejindwa. rongyang dzogpa chenpo rong korsa. Tuzo godo ta rongyang dzogpa chenpo ko dorzi ka nenga chiyu ko rongro ka ne song. Ne nandate, song nandate, te hi gogo le jese. Rong dor, dor ni dor, rong dor ni dor lamyong ten, se tan songji shakcha tabaki, kongru ko rongyang dzogpa chenpo korong rong ka sang ka rongyang te, rungtro la tani, dror te song ji ni, rungtro ko lam te sempian tamchi layon, ten yo le. Tozo de tana rungtro, se to rung ko rungtro, je rungtro go go. Tozo de rung la ta go go le. Mato yon chere je to ngi rungtro te yon si yo sam da che rodong ko kan da shuro te rungtro te yo sang sam ga na nyen go ma. Rongyon zopa se zopa chimbo se rongyon zopa chimbo se rongtro koro regos rongyon ko rong la yojik rong la yojik rongyon zopa chimbo sem o chere judo rombat chere judo tati hipap sendu tati hipa rong la yojik hipa te trogo yole se ta tela zonsa ka long luksa ka chokon chere zo trogo le Dorze chila yon mana tasachi, tankhenchi. Yon mana dorjichi, dorshechi. Tandichi go yole. Ta pan ram char yana ten yole mare. Tozo rong dorgo. Ta rong dor knesonte higo. Rong dor knesonte higo chanchi yana se. Tongi zemo chi de chung. Mik mila tipa nongjan se gampian lalik. Mik mila taba nongjan chisuna sang nesonte sang korong kakore. Mato chere judo patra rumbo chenka tandi techen tachip seju ti nongla tanda song. Shisha york nilu du, shipa rong nilu se chenchi, ni shi iba hindu. Shisha york nilu te chu tamchik demba madripa. Tomba ni ko rongyan chi rendu san shisha york nilu te ha koyon na te hipa rong nilu la pen thok mares. To rungro maria bas. Shisha te dorso shisha te ngi tonye lo to de yot. Shisha te tonye to za ka sen la che pen thok. Do chap ye don tum nyu mo bu ngaja te nyor ro yo mare. Ngi chu sang ke chu ni to so chu tam che ke chu ni te to so de 초롱 생에 또 맨나 시샤 열 돈이 또스 그 팬토고 열 말스 옛나요 시샤 열 시바가 시샤 그 돈이 때 탑시 지조 쇼로 그 열그 우본도 탑지 미탐 공도 히 노와 진데 존이 tombo kani hyung, parda kanani, tama kondun rosing, do said, jinte zone, year shishak years, shisha segana, jita yearn than a ring, ton do ji go do in the somate. Party day on the canan do take tezuna, Jansen no yandandach, Malam no yandandach, Miur to structure no yandandach, Zonsa Lusanica mem chidendos. Ton son, what mat conyon, no saisons at Jolim Marie, just sentient saisons at Joma. Pardon doyon as saisons at Yolimar. To med the shishak nilu te tatombani chirengo, you made such a rendu, se pica, chimbo higon chuler, you made such a ritzeres. Yopa Mary, Mepa Mary, Tandis a hairy tag on the chuler. The Yemetar rendu, Satan. Tati Yemetar at the Yansanga, some gonjan. This hella pentogomar. This hell pentogomas. Tati no yet, that some don't have coron, some loton. Shipa hicken coron la some lotons. Shisha urgent nilutona, shipa rong nilu matona pematod. Ta shipa rong la said room rogue tola pindo gondua. Then is the tar room, say Gitela, Tasuta tanal. Then shisha no yan, Dendaki, Shinken coron dino yanch. Tombo Hyonsame, Pardon Nisamin, Tamandrosame, Gare is the Ta Ronto Seonten Samsala, Rongrona Chik down the tunnel. Tom Kond Hupa no Yanchi, Shun don Yontank to sell mem tick, Tingle down the tunnel, Ponji the long dratch memtic. Samsala Tingon chances in Bochank, then is on that. You may do zig so that. Tingon kids at pit pong mem, Sulon mem, and Shashi hip zemoses, Shava hip a mem, chilling the lindach mem, Tingon ticket yound, Rundrock ding titon, tick ham, and I stay on the Tito Tanakari on the Yana. To do it, Namto Mushipa, and I say, Conto Mushipa, Sam Mushipa, said, Handij, much mohiona. Tito Rundrock told Yayona, Tom Nala, Huyon Tussle Pon Lindy Passage, Lamy Mortage, and the Rajas and go something that you more at him. Mushipena, Hamatis in this on Tachi tuna, and that meeting Mohias on the Tandaji Remus on the to the Rundrock Nesson, the Tate he Google. What I said in Tibet, crucial, key point, it is the self-liberation. Self-liberation. Self-nature. Natural. Self-great perfection. This is also at the beginning we give name, our name, natural. Self-great perfection, mindset. This is self-liberated. Self-liberated. It is self-liberated. And kind of, it is when you are to realize that itself, then it is a benefit. If not, you realize that something, but not itself, there's nothing benefit. In the Pattern Rinpoche one text, introducing the Mahayana view that we studied before, it says there's two kinds of the nature, realities. The common and the noble nature of the realities, the phenomena. And you can say the perceiver, the subject of the realities. There's two kinds of. And when you analyze the externally, the phenomena, as I said before, you chasing your appearances, or all the external appearances, form, smell, sound, all this environment, being, 5 desirables. When you look at them, really to more approach or to close it, you more approach, more disappearing. They are like kind of the rainbow. They are like hallucination. They are like mirage. They are like kind of the echo. And more you close, more disappeared. No source, no budding imagination. Then you can to say, I realize it. The nature emptiness of this phenomena, absolutely. Phenomena of the samsara, nirvana, it is no origination, emptiness, no budding place, emptiness, no destination of emptiness. I understood that, rootless, baseless. Very easily to say that. But that realization it doesn't affect to our mind. It not benefit for our mind. You understand this phenomenon, but you do not understand yourself. Then Patrul Rinpoche said, okay, you understand this nature of the phenomena of the noble, but you do not understand nature of this understander, the subject itself, the mind itself. Then you need to look at itself, left at it is this present awareness itself, like same as the external like phenomena, no origination, no budding place, no destinations. And then it's like kind of whatever there's occurring, the representative of your mind is disturbing emotions, or positive representative, negative representative, neutral representative. That my meaning is representative, thoughts is your representative of the mind. For instance, when you have the anger, when I am anger, you look at the anger, that moment, anger is your representative of the mind. This anger is itself need to self-liberate them. If you apply something to antidote on it, just that is the big patch. It doesn't cover all the anger of the rag cloth. You need to make the key self, like kind of the crucial point, is the self-liberated. That is the most important. I make to kind of the joke in Tibet to say, we first times when we analyze the external these phenomena, really, honestly, be yourself. You just maybe exist in no existence. I don't know. I can touch. I can to like roughly, unhappily to analyze. You never realize it. Unhappily, like a kind of non-enthusiastically to analyze these phenomena. Yeah, exists. Look, there world. There is my country, your country, my family, your family. There's white, good, bad. Then it's okay, like this. Kind of I didn't say in Tibet, but Nagarjuna said, if someone is like kind of existent, no existence, ask to the Nagarjuna, these things exist or not exist, how do you think Nagarjuna? Nagarjuna first times asked to you, did you study philosophy? If he says yes, then he argue with you. Then start. If you say, no, I never studied. Okay, then whatever you say, I accept. If you say existence, I will accept, yes, existence. If you say no existence, then I will accept no existence. If you argue, it's useless. It's not necessary. Like this, if you really to analyze, it's benefit for yourself. It's like kind of this phenomena. At the beginning, I said this, to chasing, to kind of utilize about these appearances, your appearances, then you can to see it yourself. Not necessarily to someone says, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. To look at your lives, what you have experienced, all this what you perceive, the appearances, varieties, they are no source. What? Science says the Big Bang, liar. Religious people say God is a liar. Where is the source? Who can to say the source? You know, in the Greek great philosophers, Saint Thomas says, which is the primary source of the universe? Good question. I have a question for you. You just ignore that. I don't want to ask to you. I don't want to check that. I want delicious coffee, tea. That is my wish. Okay, let's go to the kitty. I don't want to these things. I want to simple meditation, mindfulness. Okay, I follow. But need to analyze, to study. And these things you cannot to clarify it into your minds. You just kind of the surface to study the Dharma. You never dive into the ocean deep of the water, ocean of the Dharma. The surface, mouthy Dharmas never benefit for much for you. You want to really to study, to analyze. This is more easy. This phenomenon, how it is. Then it's maybe we need to searching for the self, key point of the self liberation, secret, key point, heart core of the all the teaching of the Tantra and the Sutras. Heart dot blood of the Dakinis. Supporter of all the Dharma protectors. That you want to study, you need to check out all the phenomena. Afterwards, to turn inward, to look at yourself. We are continue or not continue? Okay. Allah. Do so mathiko says. Ah. Just junior him the lilla. Last of Allah, you cheat the shakarilla. The coach cut that is okay, we stop there is. Ya sonam daya tamche zipanya tonini petana pangete shiganan jivala tupat. Sapan solen droga droga yo shoncho sencho rambuche Shiba nyamba me ba don kone konda deva yo Kore rarve korwa shinkansa pandon deva mayu Shere zewa tenza janso ya shape santi pada tenja. We all the time forgot it. Sondo pa. Yes. Sorry. Oma benzangoro be masada. sho na ya ba lo ke le son do par je ro xie ba sho du zu de san za bo za wa de jian zhong bu to de ji ji ba le men kan zhe zhong ko ko zhe mo zhen gang song de ni ba de son do par je ro xie ba sho ye zhe mo yan me sabar chego Malamalo ton tave du ye chuna te tar ta benzo satu samayama benzo sato de no pati thandru ne ba sadu khayo mai Guru